So if you haven't competed before, be prepared for it.
Oh, Ripper! 2 macaroni!
What are you going to buy with it?
Well, it's really stretchy.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a little bit of a check-in with where I'm at this week in prep, as well as the importance of support throughout your comp prep journey. So just a little update with my prep. I hit a all new low weight today, which is great because my weight has been stagnant and literally has not moved a gram in the last probably 6 days. So whenever I jumped on the scales, it was like no joke, it was exactly the same to the milligram. It was exactly the same and it was driving me bonkers. I started a new training program yesterday from my coach Nick. It's taken out some chest work because I was having a little bit of my implants, so I asked him if we could take out chest work, and that's what I've done, and I had an absolutely awesome session yesterday, so I'm excited to give the rest of the programs a go. My current macro split is 6 days a week. I have 135 protein, 135 protein, 150 carbs and 50 fat, and 1 day a week on my high carb day I have 250 carbs, 50 fat and 115 protein. So my protein comes down, my fat stays the same, and my carbs go up. But now to the main part of this video. I just wanted to talk to you guys about support and comp prep. If you've never competed before, or if you're with a partner and they're competing and you've never been through that journey before, I just thought I would give you guys some insight into that, because the support you have around you is going to make a world of difference for your entire process of comp prep. So cool. All right, sorry guys, my camera just died halfway through that, so I just had to run and grab Phil's camera, and wow, the quality looks very you guys also wouldn't have known, when I was away in Sydney, Phil messaged me and said that he wants to compete, so he is currently prepping, well, not prepping, he's currently bulking for season A next year, which I'm so excited about. I can't wait to prep with him and support him along his journey. Keyword, support. Take that in, guys. Support. Everyone needs support. I don't know if I like this or not. Oh, don't zoom in on me. Ooh. I think I prefer my camera, but that's okay because my battery is dead. Anyway, what I was saying, back to what I was saying. What was I saying? From a coach's perspective, the biggest complaints I get from my clients is their partners or their families aren't supportive of them, or they don't make it easier. So like I've said, I have a beautiful family and partner who support me 100%, and they make prep so much easier. And I can't thank them enough for that. But I know for some people, they don't have that luxury. I know numerous clients of mine, their partners don't understand those struggles. I actually prefer Phil's camera now that it's adjusted to my face, but don't tell him that. Yeah, so what to do when your partner, families, work colleagues, friends, whatever it may be, aren't supportive. Deal with it. Like, joking but kind of not joking. So you chose to compete. You alone chose to compete, and whilst it's great to have that support network around you and you want the people around you to be as supportive as they can for you, it's your journey. So you can't force them to eat the same things as you. You can't force them to stop going out and drinking or eating or things like that for you on your comp prep journey, if that makes sense. I'm all yours tonight. You get me high. Girl, I want this for the rest of my life. I'm all yours. Success is here, and she don't play. I'm ready for it though. Throw it my way. I try and educate my girls. You can still live a normal life or a normal work life or a normal social life or whatever it may be, even whilst in comp prep. You can still go out for coffee dates. Instead of having a coffee and cake, just have the coffee. You don't need to isolate yourself. When it comes to comp prep, everyone's energy levels are going to drop. You're in a calorie deficit, so that's gonna happen. Girlfriend or boyfriend are competing and you've never been around that, be prepared for it. Their moods are gonna decrease, their energy levels are gonna decrease, and that's normal. That's what comes along with a calorie deficit. The level of which their moods decrease and things like that is personal. Some people handle it far worse or far better than others. So yeah, just be prepared for that. Isn't he just the cutest? He is probably one of the naughtiest puppies you'll ever meet, but he is so darn cute. You can't be mad at him for very long. Support systems, people around you. Oh, yeah. One of my clients, she worked in a school, so they all have their little, or office, whatever it may be. This was a school, but office situations are very similar. In their staff room, she had fellow work colleagues had placed foods that they would crave or they considered naughty or things like that, so like cakes and lollies, and placed them on her desk in her sight of view, directly on her desk. Which, yeah, that's not very nice, and they're not very supportive colleagues. And she went and roused at them all and got angry at them. And even though that wasn't the nicest thing for them to do, they're trying to make it harder. She also didn't really have the right to go and rouse at them because, again, that's her choice to not eat them. That's her choice to compete. So when you are, if you're in a situation where the people around you aren't as supportive as you would like, politely tell them you need them to, or you would like them to stop trying to peer pressure you into eating certain foods because, you know, like, this is your choice to compete. It's their choice to eat those foods. You're not saying that they're right or wrong by having those choices, so they can't say you're right or wrong. You know, you're not forcing them to eat salad for lunch, so they shouldn't be forcing you to eat a cake for afternoon tea, if that makes sense. It's kind of like a give-take, you know. You don't make them feel bad, they don't make you feel bad. Why are you doing that? You're already so thin. That's probably the biggest thing that I hear. When I used to work in the nursing center and I was competing, all the nurses would be like, just have a piece of cake, it won't hurt, you're already so tiny. And it's like, for a split moment in your head, you have a voice and it's like, oh, I'm already tiny, I can have that piece of cake. But then it's like, no, I can't, that's not on my, that's why I'm tiny, because I'm being strict with my diet and I'm training my butt off to get on stage. There's a point to this. There's a purpose of me saying no to that piece of cake. Even though you're telling me I'm tiny, which, yay, thank you, I absolutely love hearing that, is I set myself a goal and I'm going to do that, and I'm not going to let anyone deter me from that. So politely decline that offer. You don't need to make them feel bad for eating it. I remember I'd always say, like, they would then apologize for eating the cake around me or whatever. It's like, I don't mind. Like, weirdly enough, I enjoy the smell, or I enjoy watching other people eat foods that I would like. I enjoy seeing their satisfaction on their faces, and that kind of like is my little reward, and I feel satisfied watching them eat it. That sounds really creepy when I say it out loud, but I promise it's not. But yeah, you can't make the people around you feel guilty for having foods that you'd probably be enjoying if you weren't on prep. So whether it's a family member and you're having a family dinner and they're all eating something different to you, you had to bring your own meal, or you didn't get a portion of the pasta bake or whatever it may be, you can't let yourself put negative associations on them. You can't make them feel guilty for eating those foods. Yeah, if you go out for a work function and you are all there for lunch and everyone around you is having chicken palmy or drinks or whatever it may be, if that's not in your allocation of your macros or your meal plan, however your comp prep is, you can't make them feel guilty for that. And I'll always try and point out to the people around me that I don't care that they're eating that. They can go for it. They don't need to feel bad because that's their choice, like this is my choice. They're choosing to do that. I'm choosing to do this. There's neither one is right or wrong. It's just different paths that we're on. And outside of comp prep, I'll come back to this pub and I'll enjoy a palmy with you guys. If you're the girlfriend or boyfriend of someone competing and you think you're complimenting them, probably compliment them 1,000 times more. It's a really mental game, and you know, 1 minute will be on a high and you'll be feeling really positive about yourself, and then literally, no joke, 2 seconds later you'll just be so down because you're like, I don't know, you just saw a photo, or you're just down because that's emotions. And you'll be complaining that you feel fat or something. And this actually happened to Phil and I on Sunday night after that training session. I did some posing practice, and in the posing practice, I felt really good and I was happy and feeling positive. And then I got him to film me, and I was in the car on the way home watching, and all that excitement that I had just disappeared. I instantly felt shit. I was like, I look disgusting. I'm not going to be ready. I was just being a negative Nancy. And I was kind of, I guess, hoping for him to be like, no, babe, you look really good, or, you know, give me something positive. And instead, he just sat there and was like, Any female would know. Don't to me saying I'm fat. Uplift me, pick me up, tell me no, I'm doing well. Like, you know, even though I was just saying I felt good and lean, and then 2 seconds later, literally 2 seconds later, I changed my mind and said I was fat. Tell me I'm wrong politely, do it always politely, and, you know, be supportive or uplifting or positive. We're females, we're crazy, but do you know what? Girlfriends who are boyfriends are competing, you guys have it 10 times worse, because guys are so much worse in comp prep when it comes to girls. I personally reckon from experience, guys get far more moody and self-conscious than us females do. So give your partner as many compliments as you possibly can, times by 1,000. And I promise you, if you do that, your relationship will last. You'll come out of it stronger, better, happier, hotter couple, because generally when one starts getting really hot, the other, whether they realize it or not, starts to try and do better so they feel better about themselves. But yeah, just regardless if you're the person in prep or if you're the one supporting your partner or a friend or family member, whoever it may be, just know that more compliments are better than no compliments. Don't make anyone feel guilty for the choices that they have chosen, whether it's to compete or not to compete. And just have respect for everyone around you, I guess. That's probably the biggest thing. Don't make them feel bad for not choosing to compete. So like I said before, you know, when we get home at night, Phil still has probably 3 more meals to eat before we go to bed. I only have 1 meal. So instead of sitting there and being grumpy at him or sulking or complaining because he gets to eat all that and I don't, and I want to be, I go to bed. I don't want to be around that temptation. So I say I have my meals, I watch my little bit of TV with him, and then I go into our room and I go to sleep. And it's probably good, because in comp prep you need longer recovery. So, you know, I don't want to be sitting around the temptation watching him eat, and I don't want to be getting upset or grumpy at him for no reason because he's doing nothing wrong. So yeah, that would be, just take yourself away from the situation if it's going to negatively affect you. I think that's it for today, but I'm going to try and put up a video of a full day of eating later on in this week. Keep an eye out for that, and again, subscribe to my new channel and give this one a thumbs up. Thanks! Oh, and P.S. Thanks for the camera, Phil. Love ya.